Deep within the most inaccessible rainforests on the planet, evolution has conducted a bizarre and spectacular experiment. In a world where most animals use camouflage to hide from predators, there exists a family of creatures that do the exact opposite. They are the loudest, the brightest, and the most conspicuous animals in the canopy. These are the birds of paradise. They are nature's ultimate illusionists, creatures that look less like birds and more like alien beings sculpted from pure light, color, and absolute darkness. Their existence defies the normal rules of survival, posing a profound biological question. Why would nature create something so impossibly extravagant? Where today, we decode the hidden logic of the world's most exotic bird. Welcome to Vantix Nature. Here, we uncover the hidden logic, the untold secrets, and the brutal reality of the animal kingdom. To understand why the bird of paradise looks so absurd, you must understand its environment. In almost every other ecosystem, a bird this bright would be instantly killed by eagles or wildcats. But millions of years ago, the ancestors of these birds arrived in an island paradise completely devoid of terrestrial predators. With the threat of being eaten removed and food abundantly available year-round, the rules of evolution fundamentally changed. Survival was no longer the hardest part of life. The hardest part was getting noticed. This gave rise to the most extreme form of sexual selection on Earth. The males entered a multi-million-year arms race not of weapons, but of beauty, pushing their genetics to absolute extremes just to win the attention of a mate. The beauty of the bird of paradise is not just paint, it is structural physics. They don't just reflect light, they manipulate it. Scientists have discovered that the incredibly dark black feathers on some species of the bird of paradise trap up to 99.95% of direct light. They possess microscopic feather structures that act like a forest of tiny trees, bouncing light particles inside until they are completely absorbed, creating a void darker than the night sky. This optical trick creates the ultimate background, making their bright iridescent neon blues pop with blinding intensity. It is an optical illusion engineered down to the microscopic level.
Before the performance can begin, the stage must be set. Certain species of the bird of paradise are obsessive architects and perfectionists. A male will claim a small patch of the forest floor and dedicate his entire life to keeping it immaculately clean. Using only his beak, he meticulously removes every dead leaf, fallen twig, and piece of moss from his arena. Some will even strip leaves off the canopy branches far above, creating a natural spotlight of sunshine that beams directly onto his stage. If even a single foreign leaf falls into his arena, he will immediately stop what he is doing to throw it out. He understands that a flawless performance requires a flawless environment. When a female finally arrives, the true magic begins. In a fraction of a second, the male bird of paradise physically transforms. By throwing his massive cape of black feathers forward over his head, he ceases to look like a bird entirely. He becomes a shapeshifter, turning into a mesmerizing jet black oval with neon blue geometric shapes flashing across his chest. Accompanied by bizarre mechanical clicking sounds and rhythmic, high-speed hopping, he enters a trance-like state. This hypnotic dance is not just a display, it is a high-stress, high-stakes physical marathon meant to prove the absolute superiority of his genetics and his physical stamina. To fuel these high-energy performances and grow such elaborate plumage, the bird of paradise requires a specialized, calorie-rich diet. Fortunately, their island home is an endless buffet. They are primarily frugivores, deeply dependent on the rainforest's vast variety of tropical fruits, wild figs, and tough, lipid-rich nutmegs. They act as critical seed dispersers, planting the very forests they live in. However, fruit alone cannot provide the protein needed to build their magnificent feathers. To supplement their diet, they are also agile hunters of the canopy, expertly snatching large insects, spiders, and fat grubs from the bark. Their beaks are perfect tools for harvesting both fruit and flesh. Despite their breathtaking beauty, the reality for a male bird of paradise is incredibly harsh. The females are nature's most ruthless critics. They evaluate every single movement, every feather, every color gradient, and every sound. If a male's symmetry is off by a millimeter, or if he misses a single step in his dance, she will simply fly away, leaving him mid-performance. In this brutal system of sexual selection, only a tiny fraction of the most perfect, older males will ever successfully mate. The vast majority of males will spend their entire lives cleaning their stages and dancing to empty arenas, their genetic lines ending in beautiful failure. It is a harsh reminder that in nature, extreme beauty demands extreme perfection. To find the most exotic birds on the planet, you must look to one of the most isolated places on Earth. The bird of paradise is almost entirely restricted to the massive island of New Guinea, encompassing both Papua New Guinea and the Indonesian province of Papua, along with a few surrounding archipelagos like the Maluku Islands and parts of northeastern Australia. They are absolute prisoners of this specific geography. Over millions of years, the deep valleys and impassable mountain ranges of New Guinea acted as physical walls, isolating different groups of these birds. This extreme isolation is exactly what forced them to evolve into more than 40 distinct, bizarre species. Their island is not just a home, it is an impenetrable evolutionary laboratory. For centuries, the bird of paradise was believed by explorers to be literal creatures from heaven, birds that never touch the ground. Today, the reality is much darker. While they have survived millions of years without natural predators, they are entirely defenseless against human expansion. Rampant deforestation and illegal logging are rapidly destroying the only home they have ever known. These birds are the ultimate masterpieces of evolution, a testament to what nature can create when given endless time and peace. If we destroy their island fortress, we erase millions of years of biological art. Thank you for venturing into the wild. Subscribe to Vantix Nature to uncover more hidden realities of our planet.